As you know, this is our youth pastor and youth pastor's wife that we have that's been working with us. It's been about, we're going about 10 months now that you guys have been doing this. Is that about right? Babed. Oh, I didn't know you were from Canada. All right. So, 10 months. And so have you enjoyed the 10 months? Have you been able to not only survive, but actually enjoy the time of working with all the youth? There's a pair. All right. You just got back from camp not too long ago, so I heard a lot of kids said some good things. Why don't you share a little bit about the camp? And then I've asked him to come with his life verse, something that God has put upon his heart in a mission and a ministry, a theme verse that stands out to him very strongly. So he's going to share a little bit about this, and then we're also going to have Tim and Linda do exactly the same thing. But would you give them your full attention? But before you do so, would you share your appreciation to them tonight?
Yeah, we just recently went to camp. We went down to KOA just right there in Acton. It was a kind of thing that I felt, God put in my heart last minute to go. And so we whipped it up together. We just did a campground. We just did it at just straight tents in the dirt and at a campground. And I was kind of worried due to such short notice. I wanted all the kids to go. We threw a fundraiser, and thank God, not one kid had to pay. We were able basically to sponsor everybody. So that right there was amazing. Once we got up there, we got there late just because. When we got there, it was pretty dark, and we had to set up camp. And I was kind of like, let's see, we can use the kids' energy for service or for building a camp. So I just thought, you know what, we're here for God. We're just gonna do the service. We did the service, and it was absolutely amazing. I had to. It was a kind of a. There's this organization called Challenge Day, and what they are, they're not Christian because they go to just secular, regular, private high school, or public high schools, and they go out and they have a program where they kids kind of just they basically share. Each kid share with a small group of other kids or their peers, basically what's the truth about them, and it's called If You Really Knew Me. So that was a real blessing in my heart to see that. It was they actually showed that on MTV, and the show was called If You Really Knew Me. It really blessed my heart. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try that with our youth, see what happens. So we went, I did it, and I started out with myself because I wanted to, to be the example. I wanted them to feel comfortable. So I shared my testimony, which was something I've never done before, very painful, very hard to do. But I did it, and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but, they accepted it, and we broke up into groups. The girls got into their groups, and the guys got into their small groups, and just walls were broken, and there was just amazing healing. By the time everybody came back, everybody was in tears, and it was amazing, especially just in my group alone. It was just man, I've never experienced anything like that in my life, or just got to share that kind of brotherhood with those kids, and I heard the same from each one of my leaders who came back, and it was just an amazing night, man. Everyone was just so much closer, because I believe when friends go through emotional struggles with each other, that they become closer, and we brought it all out, and we were complete, just one big family, man, and that was a great way to start the weekend. We woke up the next day, huh? Oh yeah, I didn't know you were speaking. Freestyle.
About this challenge thing that we did, that part was so awesome. We got to break up into little groups and just really be real with each other and just open up and just everybody pretty much just breaking in front of everybody. And after we did that, he did the same where he drew a line in the sand. And this part I thought was the most touching to me. And he said, I want everybody to put your hands like this. And he said, what this means is I love you, I support you, and I will be there for you when you need a hug or just whenever you need someone. And so he drew the line in the sand and he said, everybody on one side, he said, if you've ever been hurt, I want you to cross that line. And everybody who was hurt crossed that line. And he said, everybody who's on the other side, I want you to hold up your hands and show your support and love for that person. And that is, as a church, what we need to do. We need to have that line, and when people cross that and they have that hurt and pain, we got to hold up our signs and say, no, we love and support you. And that touched my heart.
Amen.
And was great. That's my show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was really to show them that they're not alone, you know? Like, people, you know, kids go through these things in their life with their families and they think I'm